Oh, hi, Sam. How are you?
I'm good. Uh, Woke up just a couple hours ago because I work the afternoon and evening today. So I got to sleep in.
Where do you work?
I work for CHS as an interpreter coordinator.
Oh, an interpreter. It's cool.
No, I just make sure the interpreters are in the right place at the right time.
Oh, a coordinator, interpreter coordinator. Oh, okay.
Yep.
Where do you live?
I live in Chicago, actually right by where the tornado was yesterday. So I'm lucky to have power.
Oh. Near the tornado?
There was a big storm about 4 o'clock, and just a few blocks away. I guess it didn't like go all the way down, but in the clouds there was a tornado.
Oh, wow. I'm happy that you're okay. Was there any damage in the area?
Not really around me, but my friend lives a couple blocks away, and they had a lot of damage and a lot of trees down.
And everyone was okay? Everyone's safe?
Yeah, I haven't heard of any people getting injured or anything, so that's good.
They know when it's time to leave.
Hmm.
What's our topic that we're discussing today?
I think it's work, like our jobs, working at our respective places.
Oh, it's about our jobs. Okay. That's good. I didn't know the topic, but that's nice. Do you work for an interpreting agency or a college or like an education or where?
We're a nonprofit agency, so we have interpreting services, also an audiology clinic, and community advocacy and resources.
Have you learned some sign language?
Yes, I'm taking classes, and so I'm learning.
ASL, have you taken ASL 1, 2, 3?
I just started ASL 2, so I'm very at the beginning.
How do you like it?
I love it. I think it's so interesting, and I have a lot of deaf coworkers, so it's nice to at least begin to communicate through sign and have some practice.
It's very cool. I was an interpreting scheduler also, and it was a lot of different things. So I'm curious. How do you know if the interpreting matches the deaf consumer? Which interpreters to choose to get as close to the language match with their qualifications? Interpreting to get both interpreting styles to match.
We get a request from the business or organization, and then we have a big long list of interpreters, and we match like if they need tactile interpreting, we get an interpreter who knows tactile, or if it's a medical setting, somebody who's qualified to do medical, because there's the different levels of like certification.
You know, a lot of times having the right qualifications or certifications doesn't always mean that the interpreter matches the deaf consumer. Does the scheduler really have to know how to match each person's style and the two different people? I'm sure it's a challenge. Because qualifications and certifications don't really mean anything. The interpreter has to match the consumer in their personality, their style, different things. The deaf community is really special, having all the different languages. Some kids are mainstream, some people are oral. Some people have been to residential schools and varying levels of education and experience. So does the interpreter always learn that through their ITP, their interpreter training program, all the different skill levels of the consumers? They have to be very careful.
Yeah, that's definitely one of the challenges. We try to keep very good like notes on file for the consumers and the interpreters, so we can try and get a good match, or if they find someone they really like, we'll write that down, so next time we'll go to that person first. So we do what we can, but that's definitely a struggle.
Some don't understand that just because they're qualified or certified that they should do different things.
When a new interpreter comes to our organization, the manager of interpreter services meets with them and sort of talks with them to see their skill level and their style. So we at least have an idea of where interpreters are at.
I used to work as an interpreting scheduler, but I'm an interpreter myself, and I'm wondering have you used a certified deaf interpreter before?
Yes, we have, I think, 6 deaf interpreters, which is not enough for us.
Oh, that's cool. It's very good. I'm very happy to know that. So recently I did move.
Oh, okay.
And I work for Sorensen as an interpreter. Teaching professional development training for interpreters. A VRI interpreter training. So I'm very happy now. I've been working about 5 months with Sorensen. And it's really different from the government or other interpreting. But I've been enjoying it.
That's good. We definitely rely on relay services, particularly when the consumers call us with requests or needing advice. So that's very helpful, especially for like me, who isn't a good signer yet.
So I'm curious, how did COVID-19 impact your agency?
It's been rough. We actually started a VRI service, which we didn't have before, because so many medical appointments and school. Yeah, we started a VRI service that we didn't have before because all of the meetings and schools and doctor's appointments were virtual, and still many of them are.
It's all very new for the deaf community. I'm sure it does have a lot of challenges, things you'll have to learn along the way. So with the world back to normal, well, the world really isn't back to normal, but it's a new way to live now, wearing the mask every day and not wearing them.
Yeah, definitely. We've been working from home since March, so it's very different not seeing my coworkers visually every day. We have a chat system so we can still talk, but it's very different than being in the same room.
It is really strange. I really love talking to people and associating, but now I'm not around as many people, and getting used to FaceTime and online. My community really loves to hug and talk a lot, but now, of course, we aren't able to do that. And it's really strange.
Yeah. How has wearing a mask affected your communication? Because I know part of sign is like the facial features and all of that.
Yeah, that's interesting. Recently, I believe it was about 2 weeks ago, I was talking to somebody about what facial expressions look like with the mask, and about how different head movements and things can be confused because of the mask. So because you can only see from the eyes up, it's very different to watch. It's very strange. But now it's a little bit more clear that we don't really need the mask. And I realized that your mouth expressions are also very important when you're talking, when you're communicating. Are you out a lot, or are you home most of the time?
I stay home mostly, especially now. Once in a while to the grocery store or something like that, but mostly home, watching a lot of TV.
Yeah, it feels a little weird just sitting around at home, but I have an apartment that has a pool, and so I go back and forth and do that a lot. I take a lot of hikes, or very short hikes. But I do a lot of activities, but I feel like not enough. Like, I feel like my body weight has increased and that I'm not as flexible as I used to be.
Yeah, I have a dog, so we've been taking longer and longer walks because both of us need to get out of the house.
Yes, having an animal like a dog definitely helps. With your walks, but I don't have any help.
Yeah.
My dog passed away recently, so I don't have. I have a lot of plants, so a lot of alive things in the house.
Yeah. Well, I'm sorry your dog passed away. That's hard.
It's very small. We only weighed about 3.5 pounds. It's a very small dog. I believe it was called a liver stunt. And the dog wasn't going to the bathroom a lot, and so it was getting backed up into the kidneys, and it was really really hard, and there was nothing we could do, and so we did have to put it to sleep.
Oh, that's cute.
The dog's name was Muddy. It was a black dog but with brown paws, so it looked like it had stepped in the mud.
That's cute.
Do you have any animals?
I have my dog and then 2 guinea pigs.
What kind of dog do you have?
She's a Beagle Pit Bull mix.
Oh, really? Wow, I'm trying to imagine what that would look like. A beagle and a pit bull? It's very strange. The color of a beagle, but the face of a pit bull. It's very cute. How old?
5 years old.
What was her name?
Sally.